Check out the game.
See? Last week, I finally got the official forms that 2.5 hours into my 10-hour shift. On break number 1, making Buddha, the best sandwich we have here. I better try it. It's 7 p.m. I finished work at 4. It was a pretty chill shift. Like, we're kind of getting a snowstorm right now, so it wasn't very busy, and I just got to chit chat with my coworkers for the most part while making a few drinks here and there. It was a nice shift, to be honest. After the awful breakdown and awful shift that I had on Monday, I needed this. But a few months ago, I posted a room decoration video, and it was part 1, and I actually made this huge anime-inspired wall which goes all across, and it's like 200 plus little mini anime posters. But I randomly remembered when I got home from work that I do have more pictures to put up. This is like a separate photo wall that I was gonna do in like a separate video, but I'm just gonna do it right now because I remembered and I have nothing else to do, so might as well make another little mini photo wall. And I'm gonna put it right there in that open space beside my world map. I was gonna like extend the anime wall over here, but I think I'll do that later. Plus I have so much wall space like behind you guys. So yeah, we're just gonna go for it. So there are definitely way less photos this time around. Like last time when I did this photo wall, there were so many to go through and it took me literal hours. I was sweating my balls off. But this photo wall is going to be more Pinteresty inspired. It's a lot of like artists that I love or YouTubers. Like I have a picture of Omar Apollo, literally Poppy, hello, Daisy Choi, and it's just a bunch of pictures like that. I have so many because I used to have a photo wall, a huge one that was more like this when I lived in my student house, but after I moved out and I moved back home, I just never put the pictures up again. So I'm gonna start with these, and then I have all of my old pictures underneath my bed somewhere. So if I wanna add more, I'm just gonna go through those and find the ones that I wanna put up again. Puppy chulo, man. So I don't really have like a vision. I'm just gonna go for it, you know? And we're gonna go with the flow, and I'm gonna like randomize the pictures and be like, oh my god, like a deck of cards. And we're just gonna go in order and sort of go from there. I'm gonna put my headphones on and listen to some Twice, because if you guys didn't hear, first off, they're coming out with their 12th mini album, I believe, Ready to Be, in March. But the big thing, they announced their 5th world tour, and they are finally coming to Toronto. And maybe they've been here before, but I am fairly new to K-pop. Like, I've only been a K-pop stan for a year, and Twice is my old group. Twice is my favorite group ever. I need to get tickets, and I'm gonna try to get like floor tickets, but I'm way ahead of myself because I haven't even like released when the tickets were gonna go on sale. But I've already started making a playlist of all the songs I need to listen to, and in my head, this is like a fantasy that I have, okay? I'm gonna get tickets, I'm gonna get floor tickets, I'm gonna get front row. Like, I know it's barrier and there are probably way more serious stands than me, but I wanna get floor, or I wanna get like very close seats. And because it's in July, which is obviously in the summer, they are gonna start playing alcohol free, which honestly didn't fall in love with until very recently, even though it's the winter, but it is such a summer vibe. And as soon as I hear the music start, I'm gonna like audibly gasp and I'm gonna have a heart attack. Like, when they announced their tour, or when I saw that they announced it yesterday, like one of my friends sent it to me and I was like, oh my god. Okay, let's get decorating.
Taking you in this moment, come get close like you own name. Read your aura, you want more of all this love, you'll be your name. Release all of your burdens, it's been me you'll be searching. Take a load off and your clothes off, just relax, you deserve it. You keep me up at night, got you all on my mind. Seem like that's hard to find when they keep playing games. Gazing into my eyes, give me them butterflies. Take me from low to highs, what you hear every day. Can't get enough.
Okay, so it's actually the next day. I completely forgot to show you guys the final wall reveal, or like what it looks like after I put up all the pictures that I had that I wanted to put up, if that makes sense. But here's what it looks like. I think it turned out really good. It's very slanted, and I knew it was going to be slanted as soon as I put like 4 pictures down, and then I sort of just was like, okay, I'm gonna keep going. But now every time I walk into my room, I'm like, oh, she's really slanted. I think it has potential, that's the word I was looking for. And yeah, it's like 1 p.m. I have to go to work, and soon actually, because the roads are like not the greatest, so I'm gonna leave early. But I start at 1:45. Also, look at my lashes. Like, this eye, you can tell which side I sleep on more. This eye has like none left. There's like this one really long one, which is the only indicator that I'm still wearing them on this eye. And this eye still has a bunch. Like, it looks a little weird. Alrighty, so I have a few errands to run today, and I thought I would bring you all along with me. And by a few errands, I mean I have one big errand, and that's it. And then I have an appointment later in the afternoon, but that's about it. The other errands are like get Starbucks, maybe go to like Best Buy or something, because there's a video game that I want. We'll see. But basically, the main errand that I have to run today is I have to go get a new health card and driver's license because last week I finally got the official forms that my name is officially changed to aidakebick and my sex officially says F. It's been years, it's been so long, and yes, a large part of that is because of my procrastination, but COVID happened and it was harder to get a hold of people that I need to get a hold of, because I don't know why, but for some reason it's really hard to change your name and your gender. You need forms and signatures from this person and this person, and gender I can kind of understand, but the name took me way longer. I needed 1 letter from my doctor in order to change my gender. But for my name, I needed like 50 million freaking signatures. I needed someone who's like known me for, I think it's at least 2 years or 5 years, or I needed to have proof that I lived in the province for at least 5 years. It's just a lot. Do I get Starbucks first or after? I think we'll do it after. Let's go. Alrighty, so I'm sitting in the Starbucks parking lot. I got a London Fog today, actually. When I used to work at another popular Canadian coffee shop that shall not be named, I used to get London Fogs all the time, and then I realized Starbucks made theirs differently, because at the place that I used to work at, it's like all milk and no water, whereas at Starbucks, it's half hot water, half steamed milk. So I just get it with like very light water. And I got a chocolate croissant. So I'm gonna eat while I tell you all how my adventure at Service Ontario went. First off, I say this every time I go to a Service Ontario, which isn't very often, but I say it every time. Why are Service Ontario workers the most miserable people alive? I understand they probably deal with like the worst people, but as someone who's worked in the food industry for like 7-8 years now, since I was 15, I get it. And you probably deal with people who are dumb and stuff like that, don't know what they're doing. I get that, but I know what I was doing. I knew what I had to prepare before I got there. And I got 1 number wrong, and yeah, I'm so sorry. But they always look like they want to die, and they take it out on you. But anyways, we did everything for the driver's license. I should get my new one in 2 to 4 weeks. We did take a picture, because if y'all would be able to see the picture that's on my old license, like, it's from eons ago, probably when I first got my license at 16, and I look ugly. So yeah, I'm gonna tell my mom all of this when I get home, and she also needs to renew her health card, so I'm just gonna ask her if we can go together to like one of the bigger ones, because there's no point in us both driving at separate times, you know? So that's the update. I'm just gonna eat my chocolate croissant, maybe go on a journey to find this video game, but do I really want to when I can get it cheaper on the Nintendo eShop? Update. First off, I realized as I was walking through the mall that I didn't put earrings in, and I'm kind of really mad at myself. So for my health card, I need to remember to put earrings in. Especially since I had my hair pulled back. My ears were on full display with no earrings. Anyways, y'all are like, Ada, you went to the mall? Yeah, I got the game. See? I was literally driving home. I was almost home and something compelled me to just turn towards the highway instead of going home. So I drove like 15 minutes to GameStop and I got this. This is my childhood. This is my favorite series, my favorite video game series of all time. And this is like the most popular entry in the series. So if y'all have never played a Tales game before, now you don't have an excuse to play like one of the best ones, arguably Tales of Symphonia. They just remastered it for current gen consoles. Go grab it, go grab a copy, buy it off the PSN store, the Xbox store, whatever. A masterpiece. Masterpiece. One of the only things that my brother and I agree on are how good this series is, and this is his favorite game. I could ramble about this game all day. When I was like 5 years old and I had my GameCube, that this was originally released on the GameCube, and then I literally have a version of it for the PS3, and now I have a third version for the Switch, because the Switch is the console that I have in my room, and this is like improved graphics, kind of like current gen console, so T. Okay, so reading week is about over. Tomorrow is Monday, which means school starts again, but I don't have school till Tuesday. But Tuesday is my Korean midterm, and I am literally on the verge of poo-poo myself like every 5 minutes because this midterm is in person. I don't normally have in-person midterms as a poli-sci student, but I'm not here to talk about Korean. I've been sort of going down like memory lane a lot this past week, and it's mainly because I bought that Switch game the other day, and that game is from my childhood. Buying that game unlocked a lot of memories for me and reminded me of what my childhood was like. These are the games that I grew up with. Let me show you what I found just in my room alone. There's so much more downstairs in the basement area. But this is what I found just in my room alone. Okay, so obviously we have this game, which I bought the other day, Tales of Symphonia, but I also have this on the PS3 and the GameCube. I randomly remembered this existed. This is the PS Vita, a very underrated console in my opinion, even though I think it sold really well. But there are 2 Tales games on here, Tales of Hearts are and Tales of Innocence are. And then I also found this in my drawer. This is the PSP, but this little console got so many Tales games. Let me show you. We have Tales of Rebirth, Tales of Destiny 2, Tales of Eternia, and Tales of Fantasia X. Tales of Fantasia actually is the first game in the series. It was released on the NES or SNES, I believe, and the PS1. This is actually the sequel. They made like a direct sequel to it, and they also remade the original Tales of Fantasia for the PSP. This is in Japanese. Tales of Destiny 2 never got released here, and it's obviously in Japanese. And then Tales of Rebirth was also never released here and is in Japanese. But yeah, I just wanted to share a little piece of me that I don't talk about a lot because I've really been just reminiscing on my childhood and stuff that I used to do a lot when I was younger and stuff that really defines who I am now. Like this series defines who I am. Because I've been in like my nostalgia feels, my childhood feels, I want to share this with you. And now you all know a little bit more about me if you got this far in the video, but I've been rambling, so I'm gonna stop. That is all for today's video. I really hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. All my social medias are in the description: Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. It would mean the world to me if you went over and followed me on those platforms as well. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one, which will either be an emotional like crying midterm vlog or a fun party vlog, because I have an event coming out later this week and I'm really excited. So I'll see you all in whatever video that is. Thank you. Bye.